Welcome to Wind, Reel, and Print, the podcast for your film entertainment needs and knowledges. I'm your co-host, Kevin, along with
Kevin's co-host, Ryan.
And we're here today with our tools and bells and whistles to talk about the highest form of animated movie,
Okay.
the Pokemon movie.
Yes, the absolute. I mean, it doesn't get more of. There's no more pinnacle than this.
That truly.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's arguments, but not very strong ones, I would say.
Yes.
Because there's not a quintuplet of films that can compete with this. I feel
Of course not. Yeah, I mean, you could
in the
pick
animated
any
space.
Yeah, you could pick any of the animated films that even exist on the top 250, and you put them all together. Nothing like
Can't
this.
compare.
Not even close.
Yeah. Because we're talking about Pokemon.
Pocket monsters from Japan.
Pokemon.
Pokemon. There are 5 of them we're talking about today.
Yes. 5 Pokemon only.
And they've got really original names. Okay, you ready? We've got Pokemon, the first movie.
Which makes sense because it's
that tracks.
The first one.
Yep. Then we have Pokemon, the movie 2000.
Mm-hmm. Which came out in
2000. And it was kind of a thing people would, call things 2000.
Yeah. Because it was basically the end of the world.
Yeah, it was kind of like the new. Yeah, it was the end of the world, exactly. Yeah. Then we have Pokemon 3, the movie. Mm-hmm. Or maybe it's Pokemon the movie 3, but I think it's Pokemon 3, the movie.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right. Pokemon the movie 3.
Yeah, no.
Then we have Pokemon Forever. So still using numbers.
With 4
ever.
Yeah, for the visual.
Yeah. And then they ditch the numbers, and I don't think they ever go back again.
Pokemon 5 ever.
Yeah, Pokemon 5 ever. Pokemon Heroes, the movie.
Damn, they got a timeline. Holy shit, there's so many movies.
Yeah. I mean, they have to make one, at least a few every generation.
One every year, basically.
Yeah.
From now till 2020.
And I think by the end of this, we'll realize that making a movie a year, it does hamper some aspects of storytelling. Like really trying to move a machine. Because let's be honest, Pokemon is
Let's be honest.
Yes, let's be honest. Pokemon is a money-making machine.
Yes.
Once it came out in 1996, I think was...
98.
Sorry. The games.
Series.
Yep. The games came out in 1996 with Pokemon Green and Pokemon Red in Japan. And quickly...
1997. Sorry.
Is when it came out in America.
TV Tokyo. Which premiered on TV Tokyo in April 1997.
Oh, you're talking about the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was talking about the games.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
We're not talking the same language.
But then the show, which these movies are based on, came out in 97.
Yes.
Was also an unbelievable international hit. I'm guessing if you're listening to this, you know what Pokemon is. I don't think it needs to be explained. But these 5 movies all are considered an arc with each other.
They're grouped together on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, and it's because they are all of the movies that star Ash, Pikachu, obviously, Misty, and Brock. After this, they now go into the Ruby and Sapphire series, which was the 3rd generation, which would have Max and May.
Oh.
And Brock, I think, continues on, but Misty is gone after Heroes.
Whoa. I see.
Yeah.
That's why it's... I see.
That's when that's kind of the break in the show, too. Like, the first 2 generations kind of hold themselves together, but as soon as you get to the 3rd gen...
Sure.
So I'm also going to make it very clear for the audience that I know a lot about Pokemon. I have played all the games from the very beginning.
I'm kind of an expert.
I have captured every Pokemon. I've got something called a living dex. You can look that up.
Living dex.
A living dex. And And so I'm very aware of all the over 1,000 now. I've played all the games, not watched all the movies, and not watched all the TV episodes either. But as many of you know, there are some. I think most people know Ash and Pikachu. That's kind of like the Pikachu, especially being like the mascot of everything.
Yeah.
And Pikachu isn't going anywhere. Pikachu is obviously a big part of these movies as well.
Yeah.
But I guess, Kevin, what's your relationship to Pokemon?
Probably the same as you. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I grew up like with the games and like watching the shows on like Toonami.
Yeah.
And then watching these movies. Like definitely the first 4. Remember watching them a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it. Like I played all the game. Like
Most of
okay,
them.
like
Yeah.
Kevin lore. Like I remember asking for Pokemon for Christmas and then got Emerald as my first Pokemon
So
game.
that was your first one. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I was like emphatically like, this is the best day of my life.
Yeah.
Like really stoked.
So Pokemon gives you that warm feeling
it's like
in there.
it's the childhood nostalgia for sure. And I feel like to really go fucking deep with the whatever. Like I really enjoyed like these coffee table books with like animal species, kind of like your shit.
Yeah.
And like mammal. I was really into mammals. So like this whole like kind of collector attitude towards nature as well, like being really into nature and like biology and stuff.
Yeah, same.
I feel like fed into this like fascination with Pokemon, the collecting and like all the different species and stuff like that. Like I felt very cool and like interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That is exactly what led me into it too. Like I remember, do you remember zoo books? You remember those? Like
not specifically, but like the white ones from Scholastic or something.
They weren't white. There was something else that was white that would end up going in a binder. These were like different. You can imagine what it was. I think you'd get them in the mail and stuff like that. So maybe it was like part of Scholastic. But one thing for different animals, it would have all different sorts of things. It would especially have like the bones and things, which I found very interesting. I wanted to be a paleontologist thanks to Jurassic Park, and I loved categorizing dinosaurs and animals. Yeah. And I remember I would get these zoo books and I'd lay them out all over the floor to be able to look at everything all at the same time. And I was just obsessed. And I was also an obsessive collector of like all of these things. So Pokemon hit all of the things.
Yeah.
And Pokemon cards, when those came out, that was such a huge moment.
Yeah.
I remember getting hit with that. And I saw Pokemon, the first movie, in theaters.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I remember seeing it. And I remember the toys at McDonald's. That was another big thing, is McDonald's always had the coolest Pokemon toys.
Yeah. The coolest toys.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. I mean, no one really does it like McDonald's. Yeah, that is like a huge, that's like a huge thing for them.
Sure. Yeah.
Happy Meal toys. Yeah. So yeah, that's our relationship, and we are currently playing Pokemon TCG Pocket on the phone. This is not an ad.
Yeah.
But it mimics the actual like getting cards and battling with them and collecting and stuff. So
yeah, it's a new relationship for me because I didn't really engage with the cards and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, I think the card game is really, or the app is like a new thing for me, and like learning the new Pokemon and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. Because what came first? The video game?
The video game was the first thing.
And then the trading cards out of that?
I think, maybe it was the trading cards next and then the show. But it's basically those three. And then there was a comic that came out as well. And the comic is interesting because it didn't have Pikachu as the lead character. It had Clefairy. Because for a while, they didn't know if it was going to be Pikachu or Clefairy for the show. Wow. Clefairy being another Pokemon. It's like a white kind of cutesy Pokemon for those that don't know. So Pikachu wasn't always going to be the mascot. It was supposed to be Clefairy.
Yeah, because I know that they didn't know what their main Pokemon was going to be for a little bit, and that they would just put random ones to see what would stick, and then eventually put Pikachu. So
the comic is funny because it has Ash. And mine didn't be called Ash, might be called Red, because it wasn't really Ash at this point either. They were named after the names of the games. So it might have been Red, and Clefairy was like would talk, and so they didn't say Pikachu or anything like that. It wasn't like that yet. It like
fucking talked like
it
people?
like Meowth. Yeah. It talked and it had like an attitude. Like it was like a what's the word? Kind of like a bruiser kind of character, like almost like a cigar smoking kind of
like noir.
Yeah. It was different. It was very different.
Huh. Interesting.
But they eventually went with Ash and Pikachu.
Yeah, how did they come out
on top?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if you're wondering like what tests better, I'd imagine Pikachu tests a little better.
That was just something they developed with the studio, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. It was just like, all right, let's see what works, and Pikachu maybe had the most something.
Yeah,
most sauce.
The most hit.
I mean, definitely like looking at them, I think Pikachu's just more interesting looking. But for a time, it wasn't always going to be.
I see. Yeah. The whatever development of it. I'm reading the history. This is super interesting.
I think the Pokemon history is really cool.
Well, this guy he started writing for this magazine called Game Freak, and then like was in school and was like a journalist, and then like became a engineer or like some programmer or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then started developing games under a development team called Game Freak.
Yeah, Game Freak being the creator of the Pokemon games.
Yeah. So that kind of being birthed out of this guy's like
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love there's some really early sketches of Pokemon. Because it's so interesting that it's like so many things that we think about on this podcast, like the time before,
right? And
for anyone that's listening that lived before Pokemon, obviously you know what that is,
right?
But at least for me, my generation, like I was 4 years old when the games came out,
yeah,
and so it was like perfect, like it just hit me just right,
sure,
and but I wasn't even smart enough to play the game.
Oh, wow.
Like I got red and a green Game Boy Color, which I have behind me. And this guy.
Nice.
So I got this and Pokemon Red, and I actually couldn't even leave the first room in the game because I didn't understand that walking up to the carpet and continuing to walk would let you leave. Like I didn't have a brain big enough to even understand how to move through a video game. So it really wasn't until the second generation that it would happen. And for those that also don't know, I keep saying generations, but basically whenever like a set of games comes out, red and blue, gold and silver, ruby, sapphire, that's a new generation that happens every few years. And basically a brand new batch of Pokemon comes out every time. And with that comes a movie too. Like movies were a big part of the branding and taking advantage of this like insane craze that happened. So 98 with Pokemon the first movie coming out, it's hot on the heels of this unbelievable success.
Yeah, to maybe piggyback off that point, this I'm just reading about the game did come first, and basically the Game Boy was like about to be phased out, but like along with some other games, the Pokemon basically revived like the Game Boy.
It was perfect for that.
And then coincided with the release of Game Boy Pocket.
Oh yeah.
And so people thought Pocket Monsters was like a promotion of the Game Boy Pocket.
Oh, interesting.
And like that the craze behind Pokemon allowed the company to grow.
Yeah.
And kind of build more. So like there is kind of like a Beatles-esque like blow up around this game specifically, that there's something interesting that could still continue today, right?
Yep.
That they're able to whatever. Sorry.
No, it blew up, and it's like they didn't know it was going to blow up. The second generation was wasn't supposed to continue after that,
right?
And that's why the second batch of games like adds on to the world of the first game. Like it's both, because Kanto's the first land, like Johto's the second, and then you were able to go back to Kanto in the second game and like face all the old gyms you used to, and they were higher level and all of this. And it was really, really fun. And that's why those are the ones I like the most.
They should do that more.
I know they should. Yeah. And so they thought that was going to be the perfect ending. That was all it was, and it kind of works that way. But the machine continues to spin.
Yeah.
And they needed to keep going. And something interesting about these Pokemon movies is they are the only times in the show, I guess, because it's really a continuation of the show, where the legendary Pokemon are involved. And so in the games, there's always one, or there could be several, but one of each species of a legendary Pokemon. For those listening, maybe you've heard of Mewtwo. Mewtwo is one of those. There's only one in the entire game. There's only one Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres, because they're legendary Pokemon.
Yeah.
The movies are reserved for the legendary Pokemon.
Yeah.
Kind of outside the continuation of the show a little bit.
Because they're big pieces.
They're huge things.
Yeah.
And
the movies themselves, yeah.
Yeah. And so Pokemon, the first movie, is about Mewtwo and Mew. Mew being a Pokemon you can only get through like really like a lot of people did like hacking. It was like a very strange thing in order to get it.
Yeah.
It was because there were 150 original Pokemon, and then 151 and 151. The 151st one was Mew.
Yeah.
But they'll only ever advertise 150. Right.
Because it's convenient and it looks nice.
Yeah, exactly. But so we have Mewtwo, and this you want to talk about Pokemon the first movie?
Yeah, because I think it's a great first movie because I feel like a big theme of that is origin and like where we come from, right? And that's kind of like what Mewtwo and Mew represent is like the origin of Pokemon and like the species development and stuff like that. And like, yeah, that
is, I'm going to keep dropping this, but that's the lore of Mew. Is that all Pokemon come from, like Mew is the most generic of Pokemon.
Yeah, the mitochondria Eve.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. And then Mewtwo is a clone, a human-made mutation, like a Frankenstein's monster almost, made in a lab, and something that ends up being a trend for at least the first...
Test tube baby.
Yeah, test tube baby, exactly. Evil test tube baby. But a thing that happens in the first 3 of these Pokemon movies is that the Pokemon can talk.
Right.
That's how they,
all of them, or
no, the legendary Pokemon talks.
In the first 3?
Yep, in the first 3. So Lugia talks, Mewtwo talks, and Entei talks. Entei being the one that you can most kind of explain, but the other ones, it's like, oh, okay, they're using some maybe psychic ability. I guess I get Mewtwo, but it feels...
Mewtwo makes sense.
Yeah, Lugia's like, we're really doing this right now. We're doing this.
But also Slope King does talk too.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make sense either.
It doesn't. When they make Pokemon talk, it doesn't work. Meowth makes sense. Because it's just like, okay, you can do one freak.
Yeah.
You can have one weird Pokemon that can talk and is with the bad guys.
Sure.
Team Rocket is the bad guys that show up in every movie. They do almost the same thing every time. They end up in the villain's lair somehow. Yeah. And something happens and then eventually they team up. That's the formula that ends up every time almost.
Kind of, yeah, I guess. They're kind of like an afterthought, I feel like, in the movies.
Yeah, but I mean, they do.
They're involved.
Yeah, they always do something that reveals something. Like it's not all for naught. Like they give them some story thing to reveal to the audience maybe what's happening.
But I feel like more times than not, they side with the heroes in the end.
They always side with the heroes. Yeah. In the movies only. They don't do it in the show.
Yeah.
They save it for the movies is when they can kind of break that mold. Totally. And they do it every time.
And they're meta.
They are meta. Yes. Yeah. They know that they're in a show and they know that they keep failing or whatever,
Yeah. Love it.
Okay, so Pokemon the first movie.
Yeah, Pokemon first movie, sorry. That shit makes me cry.
Yeah, it used to make me cry a lot watching it.
Yeah.
And when Pikachu is crying and
oh man.
I hate to say, like,
do you ever think about your cats
crying over me? My stone cold frozen body.
Medusa body.
I don't know. There was something about this movie that just, for this time, it didn't hit for me. And I think I'm just, my feeling towards the Pokemon franchise is changing and understanding kind of like some of the things that I like and I don't like and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I also felt in some, like, I didn't understand a lot of ways the plot of Pokemon the first movie, like what Mewtwo really wanted to do it all, and then like what really happens to like there's some like they're kind of cheating their way through like, oh, Mewtwo is now like he learns his lesson because he saw Pikachu crying.
Humanity.
Yeah.
Well, I think, it's
what
like
was he looking for though?
I think it's like a X-Men-esque, like, oh, I was wronged as like a science experiment, so I have to avenge the hierarchy of humanity in Pokemon and show that Pokemon are superior. So I'm going to...
But by beating up other Pokemon?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing is like, and this is what will probably come through as we keep talking, is there is this...
vapid
there's
narrative.
There's this emptiness in Pokemon.
Yeah.
Where
True.
Growing up, I loved animals and playing Pokemon, watching Pokemon.
Them.
Yeah, exactly. Watching Pokemon and playing Pokemon. See, or now you're confusing me. I never really connected. I never did any animal cruelty. Okay, even though the games allegedly, even though the games like encourage it when you really think about it.
Yeah.
You're encouraging your the pet
dog fighting, bro.
Yeah,
like
the love of your life. Like you love these animals are beside you. You're training them. You're getting better, so they can beat each other up.
Yeah, it's crazy
till they faint.
Yeah,
and they're getting so hurt. Yeah. And then it's just like
channeling their superpowers. And then you
heal them back up and you go and do it again.
Yeah.
And
it's fine. But it's bond. It's love.
Sure. And so I think I watched this movie now finally like realizing like
this is absurd.
Yeah, that absurd thing that you're just kind of have to throw out in Pokemon. Yeah. And if Pokemon in its best form, you forget that.
Yeah.
And I think we'll eventually make it to Entei 3, which I think or Pokemon 3. It does it so it takes a totally different angle that all the other movies do. It's something
I think it's commenting on or I don't know, actually we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
But I think that is a good point of like this kind of innate absurdity of the Pokemon games where like you're using them to fight, but you're
supposed to love them, and
like the bond is also like a valued thing within the games and stuff too, like being a good trainer and stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting conundrum that it faces, but isn't that like our relationship with nature and animals and stuff in our society in some regard? It's like we love them and we appreciate them, but at the same time like we use them for like product or service a lot of the time.
Yeah, people don't really want to think about the fact like what it means to kill an animal. Like because once you meet a cow, you can realize, or a pig, you can realize like, oh my God, there's a sentient brain in there, and what we're doing to them and everything like that.
And like domestication of dogs is basically for, I mean, probably like 60% functionality, like for farms and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's certainly how it started.
Yeah.
Like that's why they had dogs for protection or whatever. And then eventually they, there's now so many different kinds of dogs.
Yeah.
True. Some for no reason, just
anxiety.
Really hilarious looking dogs that make no sense.
The breeds.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a reflection on that, but I don't think it's saying anything about that. I think it's just
there's no commentary.
There's no commentary.
It tries to sometimes.
Yeah, but it cannot follow through, because as soon as you follow through,
it breaks
it breaks it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would break the like fabric of the property, right?
Yep. Completely.
Yeah.
If you realize like, oh, I'm actually torturing I'm going to let it free, or I'm going to do something else. I'm going to stop cockfighting.
Yeah.
And let Pikachu rest and not do anything. But instead, you have to fight, and you can fight harder, and just never reaches its.
Feels like politics.
Yeah. And each one of these is kind of all of the movies, Pokemon battling is an important part of it.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of it. They need action scenes where you show off. And that's what Pokemon the first movie just felt like a lot.
Sure.
Was like, it's like, oh, we got to have some battle sequences.
Yeah.
So we're going to have Mewtwo clone other Pokemon and make better versions of them to fight and hurt the humans' Pokemon.
Yeah.
To say I'm better.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just as simple as like, but I feel like it wasn't even making that clear. Like I'm better than all of you. I'm the best that there is. I think Mewtwo didn't even really.
Well, I think he himself is trying to communicate that message, but I think the film is saying that like we're all equal to, oh God, that was so dumb. But you know, like how you can try to be better, but we're all the same basically, right?
Yeah.
Like there's no determining factor that does separate
the
best, right? It feels like, I don't know.
I didn't get any of it.
I'm reaching tough.
I know. Hey, I respect it. We do that on this show sometimes. Sometimes you got to reach.
It's just
I respect that. Yeah. Because sometimes there's a hit. Like, let's be real. We've had some hits.
Yeah.
With a reach, it's all of a sudden like, whoa.
Like, yeah, that might be something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I guess I feel like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just there was a few things where it's like, oh, this Pokemon battle they lose, then the next one they win because they believe harder. like the last battle, nothing changed except now they just believe harder.
They cried. Oh wait, what are you talking about?
The final battle.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The progression of the narrative felt very weak.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. It didn't. It had things it needed to accomplish to be a Pokemon movie.
I don't know. I had a version from Internet Archive that like had a maybe deleted scene at the beginning. That kind of shows more of Mewtwo's origin, and I feel like his narrative is like really interesting, of like not knowing who he is and like being a science experiment and like being really personifying that.
Was that not in the original?
I don't know. I don't remember seeing that.
So the part like where you see Giovanni and stuff?
No, like before that. It shows like
him in the lab.
It shows like him with like the scientist's daughter and like talking to her,
and
like other cloned Pokemon, and they like go to like different dream spaces, and like
that would have been helpful.
And the scientist is like trying to bring his daughter back.
What?
And that Mewtwo is like a paid experiment from like Giovanni, but he's actually trying to get the technology to bring his daughter back to life.
I think that. Those scenes are from a movie called Pokemon Mewtwo Returns.
Oh,
because there was a sequel to this movie that came out at a certain point. I'm not exactly sure the timeline, but I remember finding it at like Vaughn's and being like, "What is this movie I never saw?" And it had like so much more context.
Yeah.
So maybe there was like a spliced up version together.
Yeah, got it.
But that certainly feels needed, because I felt like the beginning was so rushed. Quick. And especially with like the Giovanni part, I was like, I don't see how this is relevant at all. Like, why did Mewtwo need to get like trained by Giovanni? And then Giovanni never plays into the story ever again.
Yeah.
You know, it just felt there was a lot of like silly little things where it's like, oh, we're going to call back to this thing in the show, or we're going to do something and just kind of leave it at that.
In 1999, an extended version aired on Japanese television. The origin of Mewtwo, which is I think the prologue, 10-minute prologue thing that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Added to an extended version of this movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Oh, that's what it is. Yes.
Yeah. And then so there is overseas, the prologue can only be seen as a bonus short in DVD versions of Pokemon Mewtwo Returns.
Oh, okay.
So it is all the things that you were saying.
Yeah.
And maybe it's hard to remember when that came out. But yeah, it is.
Well, that's probably very helpful.
Yeah. Like having that included was like interesting context. And I feel like if there was more of a narrative finish to that, would have been cool throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. Because it's and I think all of the Pokemon movies, they've got a good idea.
Yeah.
Like there's a pretty interesting something there.
Right.
And then they just kind of,
what I find really cool about all the Pokemon movies is that they begin and end before the main characters show up. Like Ash, Ash and
You mean the prologue? What
like
do you mean?
I just feel like the stories of each Pokemon movie worlds, they exist like outside of the main characters.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they introduce the story world before we introduce like the main protagonist.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's always an interesting like world building thing before we get into, because then it doesn't feel like a TV show.
Yeah, true.
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, okay, this is a movie.
Yeah,
and then we just so happen to be following these people.
Yeah, just so happen.
Yeah, that's what it feels.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Like, yeah, this movie could have been more, but it was a cool world. I like the darkness of it. Like aesthetically, it looked cool.
Oh yeah. It's a very H.R. Geiger, the guy who designed
like
Alien.
Oh,
yeah, a little Lovecraft, but like
I could see the Alien
and stuff. Yeah, it's
like shells and the like
and
spirals.
like the rib cage kind of design.
Yeah,
to the, yeah. It's definitely leaning into that. It's great, really cool.
Yeah, I loved that kind of edge to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's not until 3 that I like really love a location as much. That location in 3s with the glass, like
the crystal.
Yeah. The crystal like flower and all of these things that it's like corrupting the land. It's like, ooh, this is really neat.
Yeah.
As well as a location setting.
Sure. Yeah. The dream worlds and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it can really push the fantasy aspects.
Yeah.
With it still like the characters just being like, oh yeah, we can explain this away.
Yeah. Well, right on.
Yeah.
Anything more you want to say about first movie?
No.
Where do we go next? Maybe 2000? Please. Sure. Okay, we're going in order. I shouldn't have thrown it to you. I was worried.
Why would you ask?
No.
No, we have to go in order.
Pokemon the movie 2000. Here is the summary.
This one sucked.
When Lawrence III's scheme to capture the legendary Pokemon Lugia upsets the balance of nature, it's up to Ash Ketchum and his friends to save the world.
This was the dumbest one.
Yeah, this one was a bummer. This one, it just was a lot of cool action. I loved seeing the legendary birds fighting. Like that was really cool and fun.
And the boat stuff.
Yeah. That stuff was pretty neat.
Yeah.
I did like that. But you get into some weird, like a lot of these weird, like the natives kind of that kind of storyline. And then also like the, I hate to say young love, but like this, like, oh, Misty, you really like Ash and this jealous. Other love interest. And it's like, and it feels so,
played up
and like, and cheap. I guess.
Totally. Super generic. This whole thing just felt
super generic. And then Lugia is talking and Slowking is talking.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't fit.
It just follows this like very formulaic, like, okay, get this, this is, which works, I think, if you play it right. But this one just felt very like, okay, now we're going here. Okay, now we're going here. And it felt like there were like 3 endings to this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think what's also funny is every bad guy in all of these movies, well, maybe not the 3rd one, because that one's the most different. It like has some ball or some device that can capture Pokemon, like legendary Pokemon. The first one, he had those like balls that could capture even a trainer's Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then he's got like those rings of like electricity that kind of come and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's always something. I remember watching these back in the day. I thought they were going to release like those Pokeballs that Mewtwo had, so you could capture
anything
in the game. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
That'd be a hack. That'd be a cool game hack.
I think you could do it with a Game Shark, and I think I did have Game Shark. I loved Game Shark.
Sure, yeah. I had one too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, of course. But I think you might have been able to do that, but that just seems like it probably broke the game. Like, I don't know how that could work, actually.
Yeah, just steal other people's
So...
That's psychotic.
Yeah. And so extremely generic villain, extremely generic story. Got to go get all of these things because you are the prophecy.
Yeah.
You can calm the seas.
Yeah. I get what they're going for though.
Yeah.
Like, but just like very plain and not great.
Yeah. It had too many things going in it. Like
true.
it didn't need the villain and also the prophecy necessarily. Like something could have been out of balance for something. I think it'd be even cooler if it was something humans did, like more of like a something else versus just like, oh, the bad collector guy is coming and or just do away with the prophecy bit. Like it just felt like it didn't. I didn't think it needed both.
I feel like I get what you mean. I guess that's like the conundrum with these movies, right? It's like, what does it need to prioritize? Because in Pokemon 1, because maybe this is just like a formula of the first movie. Because in the first movie they talk about like the prophecy of like the seas and like whatever, right?
In the first one?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It's like very minutely mentioned.
Okay.
It's like not a big thing. But they mention like the prophecy and like that related to like the legendary Pokemon or whatever. So I feel like that's like a repeated reference point for what Pokemon movies.
You think in the other ones too?
Yeah, like in the third one there's like the Legend of Entei, and then there's the Voice of the Forest.
Yeah.
In the fourth one.
Yeah, I guess the legendary Pokemon have that
kind of mythology.
They'll always be like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they kind of have to do that. But I get what you mean by like the story itself is like emphasizing it way too much.
Yeah.
With like the fucking luau thing and whatever happens.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning part of the movie. But also the bad guy, I definitely don't like the collector villain character. Like even in the fourth movie, that like just having a collector guy feels super generic.
And at least I will say at least this guy was just like a collector. Like the other guy was like just wanted to make Pokemon evil.
Yeah, that felt so dumb.
That was even worse. Like it was really leaning into like, oh, Team Rocket's bad and there's just evil people.
Right.
Which it's better to have that kind of mix of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something I feel like you could add another layer to like what makes them evil or like the questionable ethics behind Pokemon in general.
Yeah.
Right. And
I feel like
how if you push it, it becomes evil.
Yeah. It feels like there's only like most of these movies don't spend any time with the villain.
Yeah.
Like the villain just shows up to do something bad. Like we don't know anything about Lawrence the Third.
Right.
Like what is why does he like
why do we care about what he's doing?
And he doesn't, and the bad guys usually never learn, they just get defeated. Right.
Right. They're just there to be.
Exactly. Mewtwo learns, I'd say a little too really suddenly, but learns like the meaning of friendship.
Mewtwo way more than any other.
Way more. And then I think the third one has a lot more humanization, but it's a little different. Like Entei isn't really Entei. Entei is something else. Like Entei, like these are all figments of a girl's imagination. So there's a little more depth to it.
I mean, you could argue that there is no villain in the third one.
I think so.
That it's just, I mean, that's what makes it so good. Is that like the questionable ethics of what all this is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The mythology, the dreams, the battling and all that.
Yeah. And it doesn't feel like you're torturing animals if it's all in a dream.
Right. Yeah, I get. Yeah.
So it kind of doesn't even feel as bad either.
Right.
Like Entei isn't actually Entei and all of, and we're doing all this in service, like battling. I still think all the movies battling isn't really a good way to get to their goals.
Right.
Like I can see it only as like being a useful distraction. Right. Like a lot of times
it's like an event thing, but not like a narrative push.
Yeah. It's like, how can Pokemon battling actually push the story?
Yeah.
And makes a character learn something by the end. That I've yet to see.
Yeah. That's a good puzzle. Right.
Yeah.
Because I think people praise Pirates of the Caribbean for using action to tell character really well.
Yeah.
And I think that brings up a good point. It's like, how can we involve Pokemon battles to show character and tell story? Mm-hmm. And that's always the challenge, right? With writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, how do you make every action meaningful in some way?
Right. So that we're not just like wasting our time or watching like a music video montage.
Exactly. And that's how it a lot of times, and I get it at the beginning opening credits. A lot of times they open, almost all of them open with like a battle. MASH is doing a battle. We get to see some warming up. We get to see some action. It's fine.
Right. But let the movie be a movie.
Yes. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, we still got to hit that mid-act battle. Then we need a final battle.
Right.
And it just, in all the Pokemon movies, they're pretty generic too. It's just like you're not strong until you believe you're strong, almost. Like like Pikachu never gets stronger, but he always loses the first battle.
Sure.
And then comes back and wins the second one.
Yeah.
Like, and nothing really changed other than like, oh my God, now we care more.
Right.
Is
the
how
passion is stronger.
Yeah.
I get what you mean though, is like there could be more done with what is going on in the stories, right?
Yeah.
In terms of like writing and like moving narrative and stuff like that. And like putting all these things together. Like, I feel like a really interesting Pokemon movie would involve strategy and like them learning how to figure out this insolvable puzzle.
Yeah.
With their Pokemon as the aid. Like Pokemon, I think Pokemon 3 does that really well.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we can't even get to these people. How do we get to them?
Yeah.
Okay, now how do we communicate with them?
Yeah.
How do we, like, all the challenges presents another challenge. Yeah. And then it goes deeper and deeper until you're like in the fucking shit, burning down the fucking building.
Yeah.
And
now
everything.
Imagine if like the things that they learned they learned from their Pokemon.
Right. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's the next step, right?
That's the next logical thing is like
it's
you
like
have all of these
now.
like Pokemon. You can think of them as tools and as story devices.
Yeah.
Each one can have something that you need at some point in the film.
Like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Yes. That's a great way to think about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Adventure.
Yes.
And they're
You're
like providing something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going through different worlds.
They help you in a fight.
Yeah.
Because you're in trouble. That's when it's okay to fight with Pokemon, is when you're in trouble. It's not just you can say it's all for fun and games and to be like, but in the movies, it should only ever be for like you're in trouble or you need to get to something or you're fighting the bad guy.
Yeah. Like need to get out of a conundrum.
Yeah. But just fighting for the sake of it. I guess the movies don't do that too much because there just isn't enough time. But that certainly is like how the show works. Like it's like all the time.
Right. I mean, you definitely get a little bit of that, or at least someone is like being the aggressor.
Yeah.
And like the only way to defend yourself is to battle.
Yeah.
Which feels like, you know, there could be more plot devices or, you know, things going on to avoid that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like we need the binary good versus evil battle thing in order for this to work. Or that's what it feels like the filmmakers need to do or something.
Yeah. Well, we've talked a lot about Pokemon
3,
so we should jump over to that.
Yeah. Just go over in detail a little bit of like, because you mentioned like, oh, this is like top 250 approaching.
Yeah, and I said in my little review, I was like, they had no idea how close they got. Because I really think they
unintentionally.
I think it's very unintentionally.
Like accidentally stumbled into
it's unbelievable. And that's kind of what you hope for when we're watching all these movies too, is like, oh, I'm going to stumble on something gold that people don't even know about or don't understand like we do or something like that.
Sure.
Let me just.
What do you mean? Like in general with film or with Pokemon?
Yes. In general with film, like. We watch sometimes random movies, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like pretty random and not on the top 250. And obviously we know the top 250 when we watch something from there, we know there's going to be something good or at least something you can really appreciate.
Yeah.
And then we'll watch all these other things and I'm like, come on. I hope the letterbox rating isn't true. Yeah. And usually it's pretty true. Like I do kind of, I think it's usually pretty good when you average them out.
Yeah. It makes sense.
It does. Like it does usually feel like it makes sense.
Yeah.
So you just hope for that. And then that's what Pokemon 3 kind of was. Now, let me just read you how different this plot line is than everything else and how battling isn't really the center of it. When the sadness of her father's disappearance gets to Molly Hale, she unknowingly uses the unknown, that's a Pokemon, that's actually multiple Pokemon, to create her own dream world along with Entei, a legendary Pokemon, who she believes to be her father. Next sentence. When Entei kidnaps Ash's mother, Ash, alongside Misty and Brock, invade the mansion looking for his mom and trying to stop the mysteries of Molly's dream world and Entei. So you're already doing something that the other movies didn't do, which is like have a personal connection for Ash.
Yeah.
Which I think is helpful.
Oh.
And it's coming at it and it's actually doing something good because the little girl, her parents are gone. She lost her mom and now her dad is gone.
There's an emotional core to the movie now.
Yes, it now means something. And the way you feel about this little girl is so much more than you'll feel about any other character in any of these movies. It's like she's actually going through this and all of the bad things that are happening are because she is going through this,
right?
You know, like a little girl having control, like her emotions having this much power,
right,
is so interesting.
It's like The Fall, but really,
that's true.
It's
just like that.
Yeah,
like how to turn like a story into
like a fantasy,
fantasy thing. Yeah, and so,
dang,
yeah, it folks. It hits. It hits. And there are still plenty of things like you could turn down some of the like the Pokemon themes that kind of go through all of these things and you can make it even better.
Yeah.
But in
it has
terms
to
of a
abide
core,
to
it does. And I get that. I throw my hands up. I get it. They got to do it.
I can see it.
There are boxes to check. I get it.
Yeah.
But this was them. I don't know what they were on when they thought of this one because it doesn't have a direct villain either. And that's what's great too. There is no just like evil bad guy because even Entei he is so caring for the little girl and you'll never see any of the other villains being caring for anyone before the end,
right?
Or at all
having
in most cases.
Any sense of empathy.
Exactly. Like Mewtwo doesn't until the very end, and then nothing for the villain in 2, nothing for the villain in 4, and certainly nothing for the villains in 5. Those are the most generic and empty.
Yeah, I would say they try to give some sort of like vapid psychology to Mewtwo.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really pay off in the way that this movie does it. Yeah. Because this feels like, oh, you genuinely care about these characters.
You have this emotional core and
it's not cheap, like you mentioned.
And parents and family, I mean, that is
automatic.
That is top 250.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about like, that is something that comes up so often and it feels so good. Treasure Planet being another one we talked about that has that too.
Sure.
That core is so good of like wanting your parents and wanting what you're missing and willing to do anything for it. And this, I mean, just giving this little girl this ability to create everything around her and she has no idea what she's doing wrong.
Right.
She's just doing it. And it just makes for it because it also makes a great villain that she doesn't even know she's doing. Doing these things.
Right.
Like it's very different when a bad guy's just being bad because the script says so.
Right.
Like this is like for the girls' world to get better, everyone else's needs to get worse.
But that's what makes it so good is that like every character has a want and need that is real and like understandable.
Yeah, Ash actually cares. Yes.
Yeah. And that there is like that's what makes it a no villain movie is because there isn't like this generically bad evil character making bad things happen. Like everyone is just existing and we have to solve it like as a group or whatever.
Yeah. And it's a team effort.
Yeah, because they have to basically convince her that like everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
and that like she doesn't need to like basically repress herself in this fantasy world.
Yeah. It's a banger.
I mean, when you say like, oh, it doesn't know how 250 it is. Yeah, like that makes so much sense because this movie is like, it is elevated. It feels a lot elevated. It
is, and it's so. I think it really stands above all the Pokemon. I mean, it is just. It's something really special.
It's hitting.
It's really good. I was not expecting that watching it. I was like, oh God, here we go. Especially after 2000, it was like, no way. But it bangs. I think it could have banged even harder if it didn't end the way it did. if her dad didn't actually come back.
You want grievance.
I personally do.
Yeah.
I understand that's a hard thing to do in a kids movie. But what it was also funny was it felt such an afterthought because the credits went over it. Like the scene happens and it's while the credits are rolling.
Right.
So it also feels like such
a throw in.
Yeah, like we just got to throw this in for this moment.
To make people feel good or whatever.
Yeah. When it's just like.
But is he, I don't know. I guess, I get what you mean. For 250 standards, death and grievance is like
it's
pretty big thing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And the movie is basically leaning towards that.
Yeah.
Right? Is like
accepting. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And this kind of throws it the other direction. It's like, we can't really deal with that.
Right.
And that's what makes it really feel like, okay, they didn't know exactly what they had.
Yeah, true.
Because she learns by the end, like, I'm going to be okay. I don't need him.
And she's learning that throughout the whole movie. Yeah. Every battle, she's like, oh, I don't need this. I don't need that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she's the one learning the most out of all the characters.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's great. And especially like the moms, it's the only time you really get to see Ash's mom do anything.
Right. In the whole
in like everything.
Franchise.
Exactly. And she's actually like there in the thing and like trying to convince this little girl. Like
she's active.
She wants to escape. Like you get some really good moments.
Stuff.
Yeah.
The like,
or she has to
like wake up and like notice things.
Yeah.
The dream stuff is awesome too in terms of like helping that out.
Yeah. I think I would have loved it if Ash's mom wanted to stay a little more than she did. Like if she realized like, oh my God, this little girl needs a mom, and Ash comes or something like that, comes finally makes it in, and she's like, don't. Like this is not what you think it is yet. Like there could have been an interesting moment. Yeah, like something where it's like we think we're reaching it, but then like someone pulls the rug out and it's like, no, you're not actually there yet. Sort of like, there still is another step to get to it.
Yeah.
I think there could have been it because it felt like she just wanted to run away really fast, even though like there was a little girl breaking down and like having the worst time of her entire life and like destroying the world for it. And she just kind of wants to leave. Yeah. What was kind of my only like
gripe.
Yeah. With that part.
Sure.
There's so many,
I'd be kind of scared of that though.
Oh, if she wanted to stay or she would like, if you were in her shoes.
Yeah. I would be scared and wanted to leave.
Yeah.
But I get what you mean in terms of pulling the narrative and making it more ambiguous, right? Or just like adding characters.
Yeah. Because I think I didn't get to know that much about Ash's mom.
Sure.
Like even though she was involved a little bit, like I feel like there's a lot to that character and about what it's like to be a mom.
Right.
Because we know her as Ash's mom.
Right.
And to also then play up like what it means to be a mom or something like that. Sure. Compared to like her thinking about her dad. Like there's so many like parental things.
Yeah.
And it felt like that was something that could have been grabbed a little bit and had Ash's mom be even more elevated. But that's not that character, sadly.
I mean, yeah. I get what you mean though.
Yeah.
If this was like a real movie or, was like aspiring to be like a real thing. The last Pokemon film to be released internationally by Warner Bros. Until the release of Detective Pikachu.
Oh, Warner Brothers stopped after Entei. After Pokemon 3, the movie.
Entei. I love how that's the Pokemon name or the movie name for you.
Yeah, because it was called Entei, the Spell of the Unknown.
Oh, for you.
Yeah. What like on the box and everything like that.
I see.
So I always think of it as Pokemon Entei.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a great movie.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
And so now let's...
The Charizard throwback.
Oh, yeah, Charizard shows up. We love that.
Yeah.
He's out on his little retreat or wherever he was.
Yeah.
I think with other Charizards too? Or yeah.
The Charizard whatever.
Yeah.
Resort thing.
And they didn't really explain that, but...
that happens in the series,
That happens in the series. Like, Charizard is too big for his britches, I guess.
Yeah, because he's got an attitude.
He's got an attitude. Ash could never control him.
Yeah,
and so he goes off into the mountains and does his own dragon thing.
Yeah,
and comes back in times of need
for this.
Yeah. I think there's probably that probably happens a lot more in the series and everything like that. But yeah. So
Dreams.
Dream Weaver. Boom.
Yeah. I remember having this and Pokemon 4 like readily available in the house.
Oh, really?
Like these two movies?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember watching these two the most.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel like I definitely feel like I watched the third one a lot.
Yeah.
But it did not stick. I did not know what I was getting into when I watched it again. I was like, oh God.
Pokemon 3?
Yeah, Pokemon 3.
This one?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, I had no idea that it was going to be the kind of movie it was.
Oh, you didn't. I
thought it was just going to be crap.
I see. Like you thought. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I remember Entei's going to just do the same thing. He's going to be a bad Pokemon that destroys things. And
yeah,
something's got to happen to Entei and everything.
But no, there's nuance.
Yep. There's nuance.
Cool. Yeah, that's
cool. All right. Now we go to the year 2001. Wow, they are cranking these movies out.
Holy shit.
Yeah. We have Pokemon Forever. Tagline, best friends, better heroes. And the plot is, in order to escape a greedy Pokemon hunter, Celebi must use the last of its energy to travel through time to the present day. Celebi brings along Sammy, a boy who had been trying to protect it. Along with Ash, Pikachu, and the rest of the gang, Sammy and Celebi must encounter an enemy far more advanced than the hunter, with the fate of the forest hanging in the balance.
Oh, yeah.
You've made comparisons to Princess Mononoke.
Yeah. Seems like a duh.
It does, and it's just like, oh, it also has no...
Doesn't even...
yeah, it's just kind of the only... For me, some of the only things that really... feel that way. I guess it is the spirit of the forest, which is kind of like a similar thing.
Oh, you're asking what makes it
similar? Yeah, I was kind of thinking out loud. If you know, you feel free to
wait, what?
I'm thinking about like the connections between the two.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the spirit of the forest, right? And then the like giant monster thing that comes out of it because it's like tainted, right?
Oh, is that something that happens in Pokemon Forever?
Yeah.
Oh god, I don't remember that.
Remember the giant like Celebi thing?
When you're right. Oh, that's a 1-to-1. Yeah,
it's like almost like basically the same thing.
Yeah,
I feel like. And then like the journey to they have to go to like the lake.
Yeah,
the lake of healing.
Yeah,
and like being guided there. Yeah, I feel like that's this.
That's 1-to-1. Yeah. And then the fate of the forest is in the balance. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, the
fate and you have to get the spirit of the forest. Yeah.
The animals are involved.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
There we go. We get Sammy as our character who is boring. Sorry, Sammy.
This weirdo. It's actually Professor Oak.
Oh, yeah. That was a weird thing to do at the end. It makes it a little better. But there's nothing about Professor Oak that makes this work.
Yeah, it's an interesting... I don't get why they did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an interesting...
It's just one of those like, oh,
gotcha.
Whoa, the twist. Whoa.
But it's like kind of queer. Like kind of like weird.
The movie?
No, like this relationship that they have.
Oh, Ash and Sammy?
Yeah.
It is... Yeah.
Like oddly queer coded to me.
It's definitely the most, even when Pokemon 2 had like, it was attempting romantic things. This definitely has a lot more like, intimate. Oh, we're so close. We're touching, you know, there's a lot more of that than, yeah.
Than the second one you're saying.
Yeah. And Celebi just seems gay. Doesn't Celebi like have this?
Celebi is a lesbian.
Yeah. Celebi just has that queer coded energy.
Sure. Yeah.
To them that I feel.
Yeah.
I'd say Jirachi, you can kind of get a little bit of that.
Okay.
I'd hate to say Deoxys. I feel like might be an insult.
Deoxys is an NB.
Yeah. Sure. No, Ace. Deoxys is Ace. Or maybe Rayquaza is Ace.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Big
with
bad.
That attitude.
Yeah. So
okay, so where are we?
I was gay coded.
What time period are we in? Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's a weird time travel component to it.
Yeah.
Which feels like just a setup for that final oak
Scene.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just kind of a weird little add-on.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
it's one
Celebi?
of actually the next one does this too, but now there are there are multiples of these legendary Pokemon. Like there's a ton of Celebi, supposedly, and we see a number of them. And then
Celebi multiverse.
Yeah.
No, that's the like ancestors, right?
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe there's just one at a time or something. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
That's what I interpreted.
Yeah. And then the next one has Latios and Latios. Like there are many of those.
Well, that's the same thing too, right?
I thought there were a bunch all flying together at a certain point near the end.
That's like the spirits.
Oh, okay.
Because he dies.
Oh, okay.
Right? Oh, no, you're saying at that. Yeah, because there's like another born or something. I don't know. It didn't feel that way to me, but it might be right. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, there was a Celebi multiverse that spout out. Please come up with something to say about Pokemon Forever.
Pokemon Forever. Yeah.
My baby.
I think one thing I haven't mentioned yet is like the combination of 3D and 2D.
We're getting and that's been happening through all the movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is one shot in Pokemon 1 that's really cool where like the camera goes like
around that pillar.
Around the pillar
or the stairwell or
that one. But there's one that like it like comes up to Ash and then like circles around him, and like the whole background is 3D. And it I think it's a way to reveal the stadium out of the dining room. But like to get like Ash is 2D and you have to basically like draw
Ash
him
3D. Yeah.
Like shifting around in a 3D way around the space.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was cool.
Yeah. And they do that again in the 5th movie.
Do that
in the alleyways. He's like low angle and they like shift around him, showing all the alleys. Yeah. But I think in this movie they really use the 3D for like world building and like
it's the forest that Celebi's flying through.
Yeah.
So basically it takes over a lot of like the action landscapes and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And in the 3rd movie, having the unknown be like 3D gives that an extra texture to it. That's like maybe beyond the world. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I was happy that in Pokemon 3, the world and all of that crystal was 2D. Yeah, because they could have made that 3D, and I think it would have
looked cheap.
Yeah, it looked so good. It was so
rugged. Yeah, and, like they added so much like specularity to it.
Yeah,
or like it felt dirty and like lived in and stuff.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah, Pokemon Forever. I mean, I don't have too much to say. I just didn't really care. I think the villain character. I think if you change the villain character, it like becomes a better movie.
Yeah.
Because I think it's an interesting setup.
Villain's very boring.
Yeah.
Super generic, has a machine, is just looking to capture Pokemon. When they capture them and release them again, they're now evil and giant.
Right. Like the time travel could be an interesting thing that they played with more.
And once again, maybe it could have like shown him as a kid or something like that. He sees like what he felt as a kid with Pokemon instead of like being evil. Like you can,
or just them having like time travel is the obstacle. Like they keep getting pushed back and forth, you know, and like trying to problem solve that.
Yeah, and that can even connect to what I was just saying. Like they meet him as a kid, in the past, like the bad guy, and then like have them finally meet or something like that to be like, you weren't always like this, because like.
Or do they kill him when he's a kid?
No, they don't. No, they don't. This is no.
the like fucking Hitler thing, or the fucking Voldemort
maybe
thing.
Hitler, yeah,
because they do that. Isn't that like a plot point in Harry Potter, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck that. Never mind.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if we need to come back. But next, Pokemon Heroes.
Suicune. How come there's no Raikou?
Raikou's my favorite too.
Yeah, why did they make a movie about Raikou?
I think eventually they did.
Which one?
A really later one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Really late in the game. And I know Raikou shows up in the show, so maybe that's also the reason.
Damn. Okay.
All right, I'm moving on.
Yeah, we're moving on.
Pokemon Heroes. Tagline, because these are actually hilarious. On a mission they never expected, to a world they'd never imagined, an adventure you'll never forget.
What the heck? Ash,
Pikachu, and the gang try and stop a pair of thieves hiding out in the canals and alleyways of Altamare, the age-old water capital. Think Venice. Joining the adventure are two new legendary Pokemon, a pair of siblings named Latios and Latios, who serve as peacekeepers and protectors of the Soul Dew, a priceless
Dumbest
treasure
name ever.
with a mysterious power. So now we're just getting into really generic
We're
stuff.
reaching for shit.
We are they need some sort of thing that's special in this town, and then Latios and Latios are pretty generic. I like oh, that's what it sounded like a little bit. Yeah. Sorry everyone that had to hear that. They can turn invisible. They can do all these cool things, and shape shift. And so Latios is kind of pretending to be a human. That's interesting. There's something interesting there.
True.
Doesn't really, it reveals that
Doesn't
pretty quick
anything.
and it does nothing with it. There's just a couple moments. And it's, hey, actually, I think this is the most sexual of all of them.
True.
Because there is a connection between Ash and Latios.
Yeah, they kiss.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
This is way more, it's way crazier.
Yeah. Getting freaky deaky.
So there is a
furry?
Human
Ash
animal,
furry?
Not beyond furry. This is human
Ash's
animal relations.
Interspecies?
Yeah.
Bestiality. What is it? Bestiality.
That's what we're dealing with here. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Shit.
It's a nightmare. And that is Pokemon, if you ask me.
Bestiality.
No. Pokemon is Pokemon is conundrums. Pokemon is trying to square the circle. It's not about bestiality. But this is in a long line of, okay, this doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Or make sense. And when you really think about it, there's something terribly wrong. But
this movie, What do you mean?
Well, just in general, like with that statement?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's tons about, like we mentioned earlier, like battling and loving your Pokemon.
In regards to this, though.
What do you mean?
Like that statement to this.
The
movie.
The animal sex.
The
human animal relations.
You're saying there's like a weird relationship between humans and Pokemon.
Yeah, if you really think about that moment, she's kind of in love with Ash, the Pokemon.
Yeah, right.
And you're not supposed to really think about it. But then when you really think about it,
it's weird.
You're like, that's fucking weird.
I mean, even the Professor Oak thing is like weird, right? I mean, it's like
like an old man.
Yeah, like implied pedophilia.
Ooh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you really
I guess if you really follow it, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Professor Oak was once, well, you're not supposed to know or think that they were attracted to each other, Sammy and Ash, but if you do follow that,
it's coded that way.
Yeah. I think it's Pokemon is stumbling. And occasionally they stumble in the right square, the proper square, and then they stumble in all of these other things because they're just like, oh, we could just do what any other movie does, and it's okay. And it's okay. Yeah. And then when you really look at it as a package, you're like, hi?
Like, why? No. Yeah, because it doesn't feel like they're ever thinking, period.
Yes, period. Period. That would be the number one thing I would say.
Yeah, if they just had like an ounce of intentionality, like a lot of these like issues that we're having with it could be alleviated. I feel like, I don't know, this is just like a general statement.
Yeah,
but, you know.
I think there's some really, like Pokemon Heroes, for example. Take out the Soul Dew, take out the burglars,
and the Team Rocket people,
and just have Latios, like a Pokemon has gotten lost in the population or something like that, and we need to find it or something. Sure. And then you have like this kind of like
push and pull.
Yeah, and this kind of like
conversation.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers thing sort of thing. Like there's a couple rules, like the Pokemon can never talk. So no matter if someone talks back to you, they're not a Pokemon. So you're always like, there's always like this, it could be anyone, but there are some rules to like, all right, we need to discover what this is. And then it turns out to be someone interesting that maybe is always on TV or something and can get it M, like James Bond, or what are you talking about? Oh, M as in Fritz Lang.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little bit of like mystery and like trying to find someone out of the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
and
I
like
think,
hysteria.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's cool. In these winding, it's kind of like Don't Look Now has that Donald Sutherland movie.
Oh, cool.
Horror movie. Yeah. It takes place in Venice, and it's got all these like all these winding things, and it's weird. And so this has that too, but it's just used for chase scenes.
Yeah. It doesn't use it in the way it should.
Yeah. All of these, the location should be a character too. Should be something interesting. And
I think they generally are, but they don't like take advantage of it.
Yeah. I think it's only the first 1 and 3 are the only ones where it's like the location is interesting and it is important. Like, and it's the layer
like
of an evil.
Yeah. Like applied to the narrative.
Yes.
And it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right.
This is just they ended up here, and even the 4 is like they ended up at a forest,
right?
You know,
this is just the setting. Yeah, it has like no correlation to like the Pokemon world or like the lore or anything.
Yeah. No reason to go there, because I even think they go to like they see it on the news what's happening with that girl.
Yeah,
and then realize like, oh, we should go there.
Aren't they? They're already visiting there though. They're already there.
Oh, they're already at that town,
and
so
it just so happens that.
Oh. Oh, that's fun. We love that.
Because I think Professor Oak and Ash's mom are like watching the news, and they're like,
because they knew who the father was.
Yeah, that's where Ash is.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm wrong.
I had a feeling that guy was Ash's dad, because they were like saying like, oh, you had a relationship or a connection. They went to school together or something with that dad. I was like, that would have been a great thing too, to add the kind of adult where it's actually like Ash, that's Ash's sister or something like that.
Oh wow.
Like they never even talked about like what it means to not have a father.
Right.
Think about how great that would have been if Ash could have talked to the girl about that.
Right.
And then come to terms with like, you don't need a father. Like, I didn't need one, you don't need one either.
Dang. That's like an easy thing.
Easy dub.
Oh my God.
I'm not even smart.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's like right there. Like, yeah. You're
folks,
right. It could have been so much better.
They all could have been better, but that one's like the closest.
Like,
it has the best foundation.
Yeah. Like, it's already good.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It's gap between good and great is like the smallest out of all these.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And Pokemon Heroes, I already gave the plot for that it needs. Yeah. Some sort of. You can make, because they already wanted to go into the spy thriller thing, because they had like 2 like cat burglars through it. Yeah. So they still could have leaned into the I love that. Into the espionage theme they were going for. And then you could find a way to tie in Team Rocket somehow. Like
You're right. I agree with all these statements.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm really trying. But yeah.
Yeah.
Pokemon Heroes.
Yeah, I don't know. The identity of who kissed Ash at the end of the film became a highly debated topic among fans of the series.
Debated? With
debate persisting long past the film's release.
I mean, what's their debate? That's my question. I think Pokemon should stop.
Yeah.
I love it though. But I think that
overall it should, like games and
everything should have an end. It's more beautiful that way.
Yeah.
It's more beautiful to look at it and appreciate it, and not to feel like it's this thing that will never end and it will outlive you. You know? It'd be nicer if it was like this nice little thing you could look at from all angles and appreciate it.
Sure.
But instead there's 40 movies, and but I was happy to go back
Yeah.
And to see it all and to refresh myself after so many episodes we've done and so many movies I've seen, to come at it with kind of a fresh pair of eyes.
Sure.
Yeah.
As a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's cool because we've watched so many animation stuff recently.
Yeah.
So
true.
I have another thing in the belt. Because like this is an anime?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice. Well, yeah, Pokemon, I don't know what to say.
There's nothing, I don't think there's anything more to say.
I want to play my Pokemon Emerald now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make your own stories, folks.
Yeah, true.
Go back to the games, name your character whatever you want, and
Harold.
Play it again.
Yeah.
But I think we got to call it there.
Yeah.
So, folks,
fuck.
That's a wrap. Bye-bye. Wind Reel and Print is a podcast by Salad Brain Productions.
You can find us on Instagram at Wind Reel and Print Pod.
You can also find us wherever you get your podcasts.
And please, if you like the show, leave a rating and review. We'll see you next time.